I want to talk about the power of the big D today. That is deadline. So it was on this date a year ago. I wrote an email to myself using Future Me, and it showed up in my inbox today. And that day I set a 90-day goal to leave my safe job at the Rady and go full-time into coaching after juggling both for several years. And I just wasn't enjoying the juggling act. It was just too much of a grind, and I knew in my heart I would never build the most impactful fat loss coaching program built around accountability with that 9 to 5 noose around my neck, right? So literally everything in this letter came true. It was kind of weird reading it back because I had forgotten I had sent this thing to myself. But it shows you the power of intentions and a deadline. So I left that job on November 1st, 90 days from the time I wrote the email, and I wanted to help 100 people over the first 6 months in my coaching program, and that has already happened. So definitely, here's the thing for you though, because there's a lesson here. Without a big deadline to act now, you will wait, hesitate, and procrastinate. It's human nature to rationalize waiting for the right time. But unfortunately, the right time never really comes. I've heard a lot of people talk about my programming, but they end up doing nothing, right? They inquire about coaching, then they go radio silent. They may as well just say their dog ate their application. And often the reason they haven't committed is because they just don't have enough reason to change yet. Maybe the pain of staying where they are still is outweighed by the pain of change. I guess that's okay, but often people confuse comfort with contentment, right? Comfort's not a place you want to be for long. Contentment is where you feel alive every day, right? You're driven by something. So if you're in your comfort zone, not truly happy, and you want to find that contentment, then dig a little deeper and see what you need to do. Because it's better to be proactive than wait for a moment when your back is against the wall and you have no choice but to act, right? But you have to be honest with yourself. Am I going to do this or not? You can't have one foot in, one foot out. So what I talk about off the top here was goal setting, getting a deadline in place. Because it's cool to have dreams, but without a deadline, you will never actually follow through. So how do you set that big deadline? Well, let's do this. Before the calendar turns to 2020, and another year is lost, set a 90-day goal today, July 30th. If it's weight loss, maybe that is lose 10 pounds by October 31st. Put that in your calendar, and it reminds you every week. Okay? Then set up either a reward or consequence if you don't achieve your goal, or if you do, right? Some people are driven by reward, others are driven by consequences. The carrot or the stick analogy, right? So choose what it's going to be for you, and make sure you do everything in your power to get there. Of course, the body doesn't always respond the way we want. Weight loss has its own pace and it's different for everybody. But by pursuing your goal with urgency, with a deadline, you are more likely to succeed. You'll create more results in 90 days than you would in the past 2 years. So set a tough deadline today. Get uncomfortable. If you need accountability around that goal, obviously send me a direct message. I may have the coaching program for you. Wink, wink, but I can just point you in the right direction if nothing else. Have a good one.